Hello everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Pimsy Styling here again, and in today's tutorial we will be learning how to make a mermaid skirt with a cut together tail. And this particular mermaid skirt was used in the making of our sheer corset dress with a zipper. So if you are yet to see the pattern drafting and the sewing tutorial of the sheer corset dress with a zipper, then do well to check in the description box below. So now if this sounds like something you're interested in learning, kindly stay to the end of this tutorial. So right here on the table I have my pattern paper, and then I have my lines already marked out for the skirt. So starting from the top of my pattern paper, I have the waistline, and that's the very first line which was marked there. I also have the hip line, 8 inches from the waistline. I came down by 2 inches from my hip line, and then I also have the nail line. Now the nail line was gotten using my original nail minus 5, and the original nail I'm working with is 25 inches. So going up with 5 inches, I marked 20 inches. So my nail line on the pattern paper here, that is where the shaping of the skirt will start from, is 20 inches from my waistline. So then I also have the waist to floor length. So I marked that point, that's the point I'm touching there. I marked that point as well, but my waist to floor, I added extra 5 inches to that length. So on my waist, I'll go ahead and take my waist measurement divided by 4, and then I will mark it at that point. For this skirt, I won't be making use of a dart, but then if you are drafting yours and you want to make use of the dart, just go ahead and add extra 1 inch to the side for your dart allowance. So but for me, I went ahead to do my waist divided by 4, and then I marked it. So like I said, this skirt was actually used for the making of the sheer corset dress tutorial here on my channel. So if you have gone through the sheer corset dress tutorial and you want to make this exact skirt, please make use of your snatched waistline for your waist. I am sure if you have gone through the sheer corset dress tutorial, you would understand the reason why I said you should make use of the snatched waist for your mermaid skirts when you are making yours, or even if you are making a straight skirt or any kind of skirt at all. As long as you are using it for the sheer corset dress with a zipper, please use the snatched waist for the waist measurement. Now on the hip line, I'll go ahead and take my hip measurement divided by 4, and then I'll be repeating the same measurement on the 2 inches line which I came down from the hip line. So I'll go ahead and take that same measurement. The reason for coming down by 2 inches is just to have a smooth curve along that line, so that we don't have that side actually bulging out when we are sewing. So just to have that smooth curve there. So now I'll go ahead and connect the 2 points, and then I'll connect my hip to my waist. So right now the next thing to do is the nail tightening, and for the nail tightening it all depends on how fitted you want that nail area to be. So whatever your hip measurement is, you can actually take out 1 inch, you can do 1.5, and you can also take out 2 inches from your hip measurement. So this depends on how fitted you want the nail area to be. So for this particular mermaid skirt, I took 2 inches out of my hip measurement to tighten my nail. So like I said, you can do 1.5, you can do 1 inch, but for this particular one, I made use of 2 inches. So 2 inches was deducted from my hip measurement to tighten my nail. So now I'll go ahead to connect the 2 points, and then I will extend whatever measurement I have on the nail line. I would extend it to the hem of the skirt. So I'll take that measurement straight to the hem of the skirt. I will then connect from the nail line to the hem of the skirt using my straight ruler. So this is it after connecting all the points together. Now for the back, I'll go ahead now and tighten my center back by 1 inch. So from the center back, I actually came in by 1 inch. So this is what I did at that point. And then from that 1 inch, I'll go ahead and take my waist measurement divided by 4. So I came in at the center back by 1 inch, and from the 1 inch markings, I went ahead to take my waist divided by 4. So I'm connecting the 1 inch for the center back tightening. I connected it straight to the hip line. So this is what I did at that point. And then on my hip line, I'll go ahead and take my hip measurement divided by 4, and then I'll mark it like so. So I'll repeat the same thing on the 2 inches line, which is below the hip line, and then I'll be connecting all the points together with my ruler. Now to tighten the nail for the back, remember that I deducted 2 inches from the front. So I'll be dividing these 2 inches into two. That's 1 inch at the center back and then 1 inch at the side back. So I'm deducting the same 2 inches, but this time I'm splitting it into two parts. 1 inch tightening will be used for the center back like so, and then the other 1 inch will be used for the side back. Now that I've connected my center back to my hip, I'll go ahead and take my new measurement and then I'll mark it. Remember that I said 1 inch will be taken at the side as well. So I've gone ahead to mark that. I'll then connect my hip and my nail line together. So for the back, I would also be extending the 1 inch which was used for the nail tightening at the center back. I would extend it straight down to the hem of the skirt. I would extend it like so, and then I'll connect it with my straight ruler. Now I will take the measurement I have there, and then I will extend it also to the hem of the skirt, and I'll connect all the points with my straight ruler. So after connecting, this is what I have. Now I'll go ahead and cut out my pattern for both the front and the back. So after cutting out my front pattern, this is what I have. So right now I'll head over to the floor to cut the mermaid skirt, and this is it. I've gone ahead to place my front pattern on my fabric, and then I have folded it, and what I'm doing right here is to pin it down properly. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have on the nail line, and I'll be dividing that line into two like so. Now I will extend that point from my nail. I will take it straight to the hem line. So I'll mark whatever I have from the middle of the nail line straight to the hem, and then I'll connect all the points with my ruler. Now I will cut through that line which we just marked from the nail to the hem. I'll cut through the straight line like so, and I will also slash through the line to the side. So just what we have there on the nail, I'll follow through that line, and then I'll slash through to the side. So for the side of the mermaid, I usually like to determine how wide I want it to be. So I went ahead to take 10 inches. So look at the points where my tape rule is. That's at the side front. So I measured from the side front, I marked 10 inches. So this will guide me on how wide I will be opening up my pattern paper. So this will guide me on how wide I'll be opening up my pattern paper. So I actually marked my 10 inches like so. Then I'll go ahead to open up my pattern paper, and I will stop at the point where I have the 10 inches marking. So now I'll go ahead and blend it from the side front into the center front. So I blend it in from the side into the center front, and then I went ahead to add my seam allowance at the side. After adding up the seam allowance, I'll go ahead to cut it out. So this is what we have after cutting out the front. For the back, I would also place my pattern paper for the back on my fabric. So for the back pattern, I also went ahead to divide the nail line into two, and then I slashed through the line. But this time I'm also working on the side back first. Remember that the part which we opened up for the front is also the side front. So I'm starting here again with the side back. So ensure that you slash through and then you open up your pattern for the side back. So but before I open up the pattern, you also remember that I actually extended my side front by 10 inches. So the same 10 inches which I used for the front, I'll be repeating here. So I have 10 inches which I measured there. You can see my tape rule at the hem of the skirt there. So I measured 10 inches wideness to open up my side back. So any width that you are using for the front, the same width you should maintain for the back. If you are using 8 inches, maintain your 8 inches for the back. And if you are using 7, maintain your 7 inches for the back. But do not go beyond 10 inches when you are opening up your sides for the mermaid skirt. So now I'll go ahead now and open up my side back such that I maintain the 10 inches mark which I have there. So once I've opened it up, I'll go ahead to pin it down. So after opening up the side back, the next thing I would do is to add up an extra fabric to the center back. Of course, we need a tail for the mermaid skirt, and this is going to be a cut together tail. That is the reason why I am adding up the fabric you're seeing there. So I'll place the fabric on top of each other like so, and then I'll pin it down. So I will ensure that the fabric goes beyond the nail line a bit. So I will ensure that the fabric goes beyond the nail line a bit, and then I'll pin it down there. So for this back pattern, aside from the 10 inches we used to open up the side back, I also added 10 inches to the fabric length. So my fabric is 10 inches longer than my pattern paper. And another thing that I did was I went up by 1.5 inches from the nail line to start the tail for the back. So you can look at where my hand is on the tape, which is about 1.5 inches above the nail line. And then I'll go ahead to take my measurements to the hem of the fabric. That is the 10 inches extra length which I have on the fabric. So here I think I have about 52. So I will chalk that measurement round using the point where I'm starting the tail as the center point. I will take the measurement round and mark it like so. And once I am satisfied with the point where I want my tail for the mermaid skirt to end, I will stop at that point. So you can go beyond wherever point I am stopping. It doesn't necessarily have to stop at the same point where I stopped. The more you go, the fuller your tail for the mermaid skirt is. But for me, I'm going to stop at this point. So I stopped like halfway in between the center back and the fabric for the tail. So this is exactly where I stopped. So now I will use my long ruler to connect that line from the 1.5 inches above my nail line. I'll connect it straight to where I have the 52 inches mark there. So I'll connect it like so. I'm sure you might not be able to see the chalk marking, but with my explanation, you should understand what I am saying. But if you have any question, if you need any further clarity, do let me know in the comment section. So now I'll go ahead to shape the hem of the skirt, starting from the center back, that's the tail part of the skirt. I'll shape it, taking it into the side back area. So once I was satisfied with the point where the tail is going to end, I went ahead to shape the hem of the skirt. So starting from the side back, I took it into the tail part of the skirt. You can see the way I am doing it there. I started from the side back and you can see what the chalk looks like on the fabric. So I took it into my 52 inches mark at the center back. So I'll go ahead to cut out what I have after chalking this part. So after cutting out the hem of the skirt, I went ahead to also cut out the center back area. That's the tail we just marked. So I'm following through the straight line there where I marked from the knee line to the hem of the skirt. So you can see me following that blue line. So like I said earlier, you could actually take your tail for the mermaid skirt beyond this level. It depends on what you want. The higher you go, the fuller you have the train at the back. So but for this particular sheer corset dress, I actually stopped at this point because I don't want it to go beyond this point. So once I am done cutting at the tip of the skirt, I'll also go up by few inches. You do well to take about 2 inches at that point so that you don't have a sharp pointy tail after cutting. So do well to go up by about 2 inches at that point. For the side back, I added 1 inch as my seam allowance, and the reason for doing this is because, like I said in the beginning of this video, this skirt was used for the sheer corset dress with a zipper. So the sewing allowance which was added to the upper bodies of this skirt is 1 inch because it's actually a sheer fabric. So I added 1 inch, and that's the reason why I added 1 inch also for the skirt. So if you are making yours and it's not a sheer corset dress, do well to add your allowance which you want. You could use 1.5 or 2 inches depending on your preference. So after adding my 1 inch allowance, I went ahead to cut out the side as well for this back pattern. So after cutting out the back pattern, this is what we have, and all you need to do here is to join the tail and the main fabric together at that point where we have it pinned down. So guys, if you have watched this tutorial to this level and you have gotten value watching to this tutorial, please do well to hit on the like button, give this video a massive thumbs up please. Also, if you are here to subscribe to this channel, do well to hit on the subscribe button and subscribe, and also turn on your notification so that when another video comes up, you'll be notified. Thank you and see you in my next tutorial. Bye.